everyone. Welcome to the stream. Everybody that's popping in at this time, thanks so much. Take time out of your day, spend with little OB. Anybody that's watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I feel it. Yep, everybody coming in. Damn, Pitful. Yeah, LeBron injured. Yeah. How come LeBron still has to carry this team? Yeah. I mean, it was another game, another third quarter loss. I don't know what it is. I don't know why we can't show up in the third quarters. We worked so hard to get back into the game on several occasions and then just give it up. We didn't have people. Nobody showed up today. I mean, Anthony Davis he's not dominating like he should be. He's not having the impact he should be. I mean, Russ played all right off the bench. He shot 50%, but he wasn't as aggressive as he should have been. We needed more out of him than what we got from him. It's rough. It's a tough loss. We're 2-9 now. We have the second worst record in the league, and just not good. The second worst record in the league. Sorry. And sorry about that. Just checking to make sure the stream worked. Thought the volume was down. But anyway, even free throws we missed. We only shot 64% from the free throw line. That was points we gave away. Shot 31% from three. Just not going to get it done. You had LeBron put up 30, Davis put up 21, but it was a quiet 21. He wasn't dominant. He was getting bullied again by Zoo. He got bullied in the first game by Zoo. Russ 6 of 15. Made his free throws, got 9 assists, 4 rebounds. Only had 4 turnovers, 2 steals. It's just we need more. We need a more dominant performance from Anthony Davis. We need to go get a center. We really do. Right now, it's almost like waive Gabriel and go take a chance on Hassan Whiteside. At least you get the rebounding and you get the shot blocking. We need a center, or at least until you can find a trade or do something. It's just it's not going well. And I don't know what the answer is. I really don't. It's hard to watch. It really is. What else? Max Christie, 14 minutes, 3 points. He's not in there for scoring. He's in there for defense, but still should not be playing that long. I agree. He shouldn't be. Problem is we're missing Schroeder. I don't think Max Christie plays at all when Schroeder comes back. I'm starting to believe AD doesn't know how to play anymore. He's just not dominant. He's not dominating the way that we need him to dominate. We need, he's giving you 20, but he's completely absent again in the second half. I don't know why. He had 4 points or whatever in the second half, and it's like, but up until that point, he didn't take a single field goal attempt. It's like, man, what is going on? I don't know if it's a combination of him just not being aggressive enough. And the other part of it is he's just not, getting the ball. They're not feeding him the ball, but he's not being aggressive enough for them to feed him the ball. And it's like, I don't know what the answer is. At least on a bright note, on a bright side, LeBron started hitting shots. Okay. And hopefully that continues. Hopefully the trend of LeBron James making 3-pointers and knocking down shots continues, because he's been atrocious shooting the ball and just jump shooting, period. But from 3 especially. And so he looked good from 3 today. And we're going to need that. We're going to need that the rest of the way. But who knows how long he's going to be out. You know what I mean? He might miss a couple games. We play what? We play Sacramento on Friday, and then we play the Nets on Sunday. We could end up being 2-11. Because the Kings aren't very good, but if we don't have LeBron James, that's a team that could beat us. And that they're going to show up to beat us. And then, the Brooklyn Nets, they look good right now. Brooklyn looks really good. 2-11 is not unrealistic. Trade AD. You can't trade AD. As poorly as he's playing, you can't trade AD. I mean, you're not going to get anything of value right now. And what are you going to do? I mean, at least he's still playing great defensively. He has his moments, but we need to get a center. We need to go out and get a center. Whatever you got to do. There's reports that the Lakers are looking to move other guys beyond Russ, which is good. I was gonna make a video about that maybe tomorrow, just because it'll probably be too late for a video tonight. But maybe I'll just throw it up tonight. But anyway, it's just yeah, you can't trade AD. You're not gonna get anything for AD. You're not. Uh, Blow it up, man. It's over. You can't blow it up. Like I said, you can't trade AD right now because you're not going to get anything from him. And LeBron can't be traded this year, so it's not. There's no point. AD is not a center. I agree. We need to get a center. This is no new revelations. The Lakers are not a very good team. I agree. I mean, imagine being as big as AD and having the same amount of blocks as John Wall. I know. It's just crazy. He's just because he's not being aggressive. He's not. He's not demanding the ball. He's not doing anything. He's just not playing good basketball. Lakers are really losing to keep 5 picks for 5 years from now. I don't think it's that. It's just like, what deal are you going to take? Because here's again, it's better to be bad 1 year than several. Like, does Buddy Hield and Miles Turner make us better? Sure, but Miles Turner has had issues playing with other bigs in the past. He's injury prone. As great as he's playing, he's been injury prone. If it doesn't work, you're screwed. You know what I mean? Like, and so that's the problem is like, do you take the risk? I mean, at this point, it's like, yeah, but look at it like this. You're talking about losing picks 5 years from now, but it was something I was talking about on the Lakers show that I do with a buddy of mine. Like I was saying, like, do you think anybody thought we were going to be in the position we're in, 2-3 years later? No, of course not. We have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. We just won a championship. We were supposed to be contenders for the next, several years. And so, I mean, that's the thing. It's like you can't just give those picks away just to give those picks away. I know it's frustrating, but it's got to be the right deal, and we gotta remain patient. Even though it's really hard to remain patient, but we do. We got to remain patient. We are awful. I agree. Bigger dumpster fire than last season. It's not a bigger dumpster fire than last season. At this point last season, we were 5-5, but the difference is this year we have the third worst schedule or third toughest schedule in the league. Last year we had the easiest or second easiest in the league. So it's a big difference. Like we're losing. We haven't played a 500 team this season. I mean, we played the Warriors, but the Warriors, that was the opening game of the season. So like we're playing, like we just have a much tougher schedule than we did last year. So we're better than were last year. It's just not much. Kendrick Nunn doing none again. I know they need to. They really do. They need to trade him. They really do. They need to trade him. LeBron should shut it down for the rest of 2022, 2023. Yeah, you can't. You can't. And he's chasing a lot more than just wins this year. He does play like that sometimes. It is frustrating. Trade Nunn. They do. They need to. They need to package Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn and go get a center. Go get something. Go do something. They really do. LeBron James hurt yet again because he has to carry his team for 20 years. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Defense horrible. Guys looked lost. We looked great early on, but it's just I don't know if we just get tired out or what. I don't know what it is. 2-9. There's no answer. Exactly. There isn't. I don't think there is. We got to do a trade. We got to shake things up. Roster haul something. We really do. We got to. I mean, there's ways out there, but problem is we're running out of time here. Like it's still early. You go on a little run. Luckily, we have an easier schedule coming up, right? We got the Kings, then we got the Nets, and then we play like the Spurs like 3 times in like in like a 4-day period or something like that. So, but yeah, we got to do something. Lakers were going to build around AD. Also, Lakers forced him to play position. He clearly says he doesn't want to. And then people blame AD for not putting up 30, 25. Like, come on. But it's not just that. He's not playing aggressive. Like, I understand if he was playing aggressive and struggling or he was like, just having bad. But it's just there's times out there where it just looks like he's not even trying. Like, he's just kind of laying there. So that's my problem with it. It's not that like, and the problem is we don't have any centers right now. We have Gabriel and Jones, but clearly they're not the answer. The Lakers never winning games anymore. It's sad, and hell, they keep watching all lose like last year. AD can't stop. Other centers so dang confusing me. I feel it. It's just rough. It's a tough time. We got to figure something out. We got to get a trade. We got to do something. AD back to the Pelicans for the draft pick. There's no way the Pelicans would trade us the back. We could offer AD straight up for that draft pick, and I guarantee you they'd probably say no. I mean, you have an opportunity to get winning Victor Wembanyama. There's no way. You could be a dynasty for the next like 5-6 years, maybe even longer. You have Zion and Women. If they can both be healthy, good luck. That team would be terrifying. Terrifying. They need wings to show out LeBron and Brown. Brown has been really nice for us, and he's only 23. So, right, 23, something like that. 23, I think. He was a great pickup. He's been arguably one of our most consistent guys night in and night out. Like he's consistently given us like 10 points every single game. 10 to 12 points. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's the case or not, but it's tough. Also, Lakers waits 5 years for the draft pick. Yeah. Right now, season's over. I wouldn't say the season's over, but it's definitely trending that way. 5 years from now, again, like I said, I mean, problem is like when we got Anthony Davis and LeBron James, nobody thought after we win a championship, did anyone think we were going to be where we're at right now? No, it's not that like Rob Pelinka said, he'll trade the picks. It's just got to be the right deal. You can't, and the problem is you don't want to be middle of the pack for the next 4 years. It's better to have one bad season than several. Because again, Miles Turner is injury prone. He's had trouble fitting with bigs before. Although we do need a center. Problem is we're just stuck. Like if it doesn't work out, we're stuck, and we could be bad for the next 3-4 years. So that's the concern. But I mean, at some point, the question becomes like, do you just take the risk? Do you just say like, we're getting killed, might as well do something? That's the problem. Kings just beat the Cavs, by the way. We're the team everyone views as a free win. I mean, look, everyone loses games. It happens. I mean, the Thunder just went in a double overtime against the Bucks. Like, I don't look at like, oh, this team beat this team, so therefore, like, they're going to beat us. I'm not saying that we're going to win this game. We're going to beat the Kings, but I'm saying like you can't compare the two, but it is one of those things. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up to support the content for free. Thank you, Blecka. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. We're at 5645. I'm sure there's 130 of you. I'm sure there's at least 5 of you that aren't subscribed. So subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 5650. That'd be beautiful. And don't stop there. If you see it there, still subscribe and like the video. Hit that like button. It really does. It really helps me out a lot. And I'm trying to grow the channel, and I really appreciate you. Bring me some brightness on this miserable Lakers lost day. And the way you can do that is hitting that subscribe button. Thank you, Buck. I appreciate that. Will Thomas Bryant, sorry, learn how to speak. Will Thomas Bryant help much in the center position? Haven't really seen him play yet. I don't think he's going to like change the fate of the Lakers, but I do think him and I think he'll help a lot. And I think that Dennis Schroeder, if we could get Germany Dennis Schroeder, I think they'll both help a lot. But we need several guys, and that's my other thing that I keep like reiterating. Like Miles Turner and Buddy Hield by themselves aren't going to save this team. Like, will we be better? Yes. Like, yeah, we'll definitely be better. But like, how much better? Like that's the problem. That's the concern. I don't think we're going to be that much better. Like, I think if we had Buddy Hield and Miles Turner right now, maybe we're, 5-5 or 5-6, something like that. Like, that's still not where we want to be. And that's what the Lakers are looking at it as, is like, do we really want to be like, do we want to give up everything to be basically 3 games better? Like
That's the problem. Like we need a whole roster rehaul. Like we need like 4, 5 guys to come in because we don't have any starter level players. Like as great as Troy Brown is, as great as Walker's been, guys like that, like they're great, but they're not supposed to be our third and fourth best players, right? They're supposed to be our, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth best players. And if we can get like that's why I kind of like the Hornets or the Spurs deal better. I'm kind of leaning more towards the Spurs deal now. Originally, I was like Hornets deal, but I lean more towards the Spurs deal because we really need a center. We really need a center back. And if you get Jakob Poeltl, Josh Richardson, and Doug McDermott, and you'd still get like a $14 million trade exception, which you could use that to go and get another piece. And then maybe if you can do it for one first, take Patrick Beverly and Kendrick Nunn and go get Miles Turner. Like if you could do stuff like that, like now you just got like 4 or 5 guys that can come in. Now you got starting level talent, and now those guys like the Walkers, the Troy Browns, guys like that. Now they can go back to like their natural role of like being that fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth best player. So now when Troy Brown gives you 12 and Walker gives you 15, it's much more of an impact because now you have Davis, LeBron, Miles Turner, Josh Richardson. You get what I'm saying? Like you have all these guys that could go and score. That's the problem. We blame Vogel for last year. We are worse this year. Who do we blame? I still don't think we were worse. I still don't think we're worse this year. Because, like I said, I mean, in comparison, this year we have the third hardest schedule in the league. Last year we had the first number one easy one or two. I can't remember what it was 1 or 2 easiest schedule in the league, and we were still 5-5 through 10 games. Like it's just we haven't played an under 500 team. Like the Warriors, yes, but that was the first game of the season, right? And now they're starting to kind of look like they're getting back into it. Steph is playing out of his mind, so that's the thing. I fear they would make the moves too late. I mean, it might be. I mean, we're trending in that direction. We really are. The answer is simple. Just look at what Danny Ainge is doing in Utah. Danny Ainge lucked out for one, and two, they're a middle of the pack team. They're better than they were with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert because of several key factors. One, Rudy Gobert was like a complete liability on the offensive end, and teams in the playoffs knew how to basically completely make him unplayable. So that became a problem. Well, now you got 3 centers that can all shoot the ball and all spread the floor and all provide defense and shooting and floor spacing. So now you don't have that liability. And this team isn't Donovan Mitchell oriented, right? Where it's like Donovan Mitchell has to do everything. He's going to take 40 shots a game. Now it's a more fluid team, a more fluid offense. Everybody's contributing rather than just one guy getting you 30 night in, night out. Problem is they don't have like they're not going to be a great playoff team. Like maybe they upset somebody in the right matchup, something like that. But the problem with Utah is they're just going to be a middle of the pack team for the next like 3, 4, 5 years. And that's what you don't want the Lakers to be. You don't want to trade Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook, and now you're just a middle of the pack team for the next 5 years, right? Like Lakers want to play for championships. What's good, bro? It can't get worse than this. I'm with you, Riverside. I'm with you. It is. It's tough right now. It's tough. The answer is stop doing videos about what Brooklyn will do and start doing videos about the terrible GM. I can't do it at this point. Look, what is Rob Pelinka supposed to do right now? Like, there's no deals on the table, other than the Pacers deal. And again, the Pacers deal doesn't save the day. Like, you got to, like, so many people want Rob to just do a trade. Like, you understand, like, it takes do you know how hard it is to do an NBA trade, let alone like when you're desperate and you're trying to get something done? Like, all these teams are trying to fleece us for whatever they can. You can't just do a deal. Again, it's better to have one bad season than several bad seasons. And you can't force a team to do a trade. Like, if you call the Spurs and you're like, hey, we're going to give you both first-round picks for Russell Westbrook, and we want you to give us, Josh Richardson, Jakob Poeltl, a trade exception, and, Doug McDermott, and the Spurs say no, you can't be like, well, sorry, I told you to do the trade. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, so it's easy to say, like, Rob Pelinka's doing nothing. Rob Pelinka needs to do something. He can only control what he can control, and he can't just do a trade just to do a trade, just to say, like, oh, we did a trade. Kendrick, how many points he scored? Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. What's up with AD, bro? He's a mismatch in everybody and can't score. Your guess is as good as mine. He's just not being aggressive. He's just. The other thing is, too, and I don't know why this is the case, but LeBron and AD on the floor together have been terrible this year. LeBron is not running that pick and roll with Anthony Davis properly, and it's killing us. The reason, so like, then like if you look up Russ and Anthony Davis are one of like the best pairings in the league. Like they are great together. LeBron James isn't, and a lot of it is LeBron James. Like when AD sets that pick, LeBron isn't attacking and being aggressive off the turn where Russ is. So when LeBron isn't being aggressive, now the defender doesn't have to step up. They can just kind of sag off and LeBron's been such a terrible shooter. It's like, let him shoot, right? So where Russ is actually, you see it off the pick and roll. Russ, he turns that corner and he attacks. So you either have two options now. You either step up and then you see that alley-oop lob to Anthony Davis that we got like 3 or 4 times, or an easy bounce pass. Anthony Davis gets the ball, goes up, or it's a Russell Westbrook layup because the defender rolls with Anthony Davis and now there's nobody to guard Russ and Russ gets a layup. And you see it every single time, but you can't run that play every single possession. And LeBron James isn't running that with Anthony Davis, and it hurts us. Like LeBron wants to just have Anthony Davis be aggressive and then try to dump the ball down to him instead of running him through the scope of the offense. It's not the only thing, but it's part of it. There are no deals. Pelicans say thanks for Victor. There's no way. We could offer Anthony Davis straight up for just to remove the swap part, and I guarantee you the Pelicans would tell you no. I guarantee you they'd be like, nah, sorry. Enjoy your season. That's exactly what would happen. Because you have an opportunity to go winning Gabriel, or even if you don't get winning, even if you get like one of the Thompson twins or you get Scoot Henderson, like you're going to be really good for the next several years. Bro, switch the caption. Bron showed up when we was losing like he always does. Stat padded at spot. I mean, LeBron had a good game. Like, I've been very critical about LeBron. I can't be critical when he had a good game. His 3-point shot actually started falling. He shot 44% from 3. Finally, gave us 30 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He had 3 turnovers. Russ had 4 turnovers. But you're going to have some turnovers. I don't mind some turnovers. But, I mean, LeBron had a solid game. I've been very critical of LeBron last few games. But he did. He was much more aggressive today, too. But he also got hurt. So, I gotta be fair. You know what I mean? It's sad to see this for 2 years in a row. And come on, now 2 years in a row, they've been playing same since last year when Lakers were going to wake up. Yeah, it's rough. It is. It's tough. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the answer is right now. Can't spell trade without AD. Why not Matt Ryan? I know. I'm surprised Matt Ryan didn't get a little more burn today. I don't know why they didn't either. We don't have the right team around AD. Let's do him a favor and send him to a good team. LOL. Yeah, I mean, the problem is like our return. We're not going to get a good return right now. And like, we can't rebuild this year, right? Like next year, like, because like if the Pelicans convey the pick this year, because they have the option of either this year or next year. So if they convey the pick this year, then next year it makes more sense to trade AD. Because then you go get a package that's younger, try to rebuild, try to retool. And if you're terrible, you have your pick to go and get maybe a new cornerstone player or something like that. So that's the thing. So it doesn't make sense this year, and you can't trade LeBron this year. So Clippers with 9 straight wins. There is no battle LA at this point. I mean, the Lakers are still like 150 to 80 all time or something like that. I was just trying to be nice for the Clippers. I like Troy at 3. Yeah, Troy's been solid for us. Troy's been really good. Trade none for me at this point. Hey, I'm with you, KB. I mean, you can't be worse than Kendrick Nunn, my boy. Like, go get out there. You know what I mean? Like, man, I'd do anything. Uh, I can shoot. I feel it. Hey, I believe in you. I believe in you. I mean, you gotta be with a name like KB Two Fly. You gotta be able to shoot the ball, man. At this point, nobody wants to join a 2-9 Lakers. Yeah, they do. Absolutely. Because if like you don't think that there's players out there that are like, man, I would love to be the Lakers and turn that around. You know, like even just for a payday. You know, like if Miles Turner came in and the Lakers like went on like a 12-game win streak or something crazy like that because you get Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, you don't think Miles Turner's getting a fat payday? Absolutely. I mean, look at what happened with like Kendrick Nunn, stuff like that, or not Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk. Look at what happened with Malik Monk. Like he took a chance. Like there are a lot of players that would love to join the Lakers at 2-9 because if they could be the reason that like, oh, we turned it around, like that's beneficial. Is there a team people like to hate on more than Lakers? Absolutely not. That was one of the like outside. I mean, obviously I'm a diehard Laker fan, but like when I started as it stands, I was like, and I started this Lakers channel after that channel had some success. Which, by the way, if you're not subscribed to As It Stands, go subscribe to As It Stands. I have it on my homepage. That'd be awesome too. This channel actually just surpassed that channel like 2 days ago or whatever, 3 days ago. But speaking of, but yeah, that was like one of the reasons. Like when I started this channel, like my girl was like, "Oh, like no, you're doing a Lakers channel, like that's great, but like why?" And I was like, "Because I want to talk about the Lakers." But I was like, also the Lakers channel is going to be the biggest channel I ever make. And she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah," because two things. One, Laker fans are diehard, and you know if you're like semi competent, like you'll have success talking about the Lakers. I was like, because I'm a Laker fan and I know how I am, and I feel like I'm a general Laker fan for the most part. And I was like, the other thing is, the other side of that coin is people hate the Lakers and they're going to talk shit. I'm going to get a ton of trolls. I'm going to get a ton of just viewership just from the troll. And that's exactly what this channel is. Like everything I thought this channel would be is exactly what it is. Like if you look at like the comment sections of the videos, it's all like, you know, Lakers talk from like fans' perspective, like me going back with fans about the Lakers. And then the other comments are like, just like Lakers suck. They're trash. You're trash. You like the Lakers. You're trash. So you like the Lakers. Like, it's just like, it's everything I thought it would be. But at the end of the day, it's all engagement and it helps me grow the channel. So I'm all for it. Which subscribing to this channel also helps me. So subscribe to this channel. At this time, if you could go back in time, not make the AD trade, but getting Wembanyama, would you do it knowing the Lakers 22 championship is over? I would not, because I don't think a lot of people realize, and I'm not even talking about you, Gabriel. I'm just saying, like, because I get a lot of people that'll be like, oh, like we should have never done the AD trade, stuff like that. Like, I feel a lot of people don't understand how hard it is to win a championship. There are teams that have never even been to the NBA finals. Like, look at the Clippers. Think of all the good teams the Clippers have had over the years, and they've been to one Western Conference final. Like, it is so hard to win the championship. We have seen some incredible teams throughout the years. I'm not even talking about the Lakers anymore. I'm talking about like in general. Think of the incredible. Think of like the Jazz in like the 90s, right? Like how good they were. The Knicks, like teams like there. It is so hard to win an NBA championship. Like Wembanyama, as incredible as he he is, in my opinion, the best looking prospect we have ever seen. But what will he translate to in the NBA? Will he be that high level guy? Will he be able to stay healthy, right? I mean, at 7'3" to 7'5" with shoes on, a lot of wear and tear. We've seen guys like Yao Ming was incredible, but he wore down really quick. Like there's a lot of things that go into that. And as much as Victor Wembanyama may turn a franchise into a dynasty one day, there's also the other side of that coin where he just becomes like, you know, Patrick Ewing, you know, where Patrick Ewing was great for many years. His teams were contenders for many years, but injuries made him a former shell of himself. So that's the thing. Is the Kings an automatic W? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because the Kings are going to show up, and the Kings love to show up against the Lakers. So absolutely not. I wouldn't be shocked if we lose that game, to be honest. As painful as it says. Yes, this team is cooked if we don't make a trade every game. Great first half, gets my hopes up. Lakers pull my heart out and we lose. I'm with you. I don't know what it is about that third quarter. Like, we're the opposite of like the Warriors, right? Like, the Warriors will usually like they'll start off slow or they'll be good in the first half, it's whatever, and then that third quarter they just run away with it. Like, we're the polar opposite the last 2 years. That was our problem last year too. We'd have to get 4 or 5 back plays to save the season. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the only way we're gonna turn this season around is if we get like literally like 4 or 5 players, because we need at least 3 starting level players and then like at least 1 or 2 like bench level players. So yeah, I mean we at least need 4 or 5 players at least. Yes, we beaten this Kings. Schedule is finally letting know. Yeah, I mean we have like a much easier schedule in the next few weeks. So hopefully that helps out. Bro, I respect the show, but we not better than past season team. None of these players better than Melo and a few more guys that we trade. You know, Melo had like one of the worst seasons of his career last year, right? Like, he's terrible. And you're not taking into account this year we have the third hardest schedule. Third hardest schedule. Last year we had like the first or second easiest schedule, and we were still 5-5. It's a completely different. We are a much better team this year than we were last year. Much better. We just are just struggling. We just can't beat playoff teams right now, but we are. We're much better. Oh boy, don't know how many more. Yeah, minus 60 premium card. Yeah, seriously, we need to unload them. We really do. Stop saying it's not the right team around AD. He's there, pass him the ball, force him to shoot. He's playing empty stats that way he plays. Yeah, he's there. They got it. He's got to demand the ball. I've said this time and time again. He's got to demand the ball. You know, like, he's got to go get. If they're not giving it, go get it. Go be aggressive. And that's what I'm talking about. Being aggressive. Like, you got to go get it. Trade AD like yesterday. You can't trade AD. You're not going to get anything for AD. And we can't tank this year to rebuild. Like, we can't. You're better off trying to go get some players to put around AD. Can't stay positive after this. I feel it. It's not AD's fault. He's not forcing shots over players. Yeah, I mean he's got to assert himself. He really does. He's got to assert himself. But with Lonnie and Bryant, do we win this game? No. Not the way we played. We don't. Like, nobody else showed up. Like AD and Russ didn't have a bad game, but they didn't have a great game, especially Anthony Davis. Like I said, like AD and Russ like didn't have great games. Like, they both started off terrible. Russ picked it up, like especially that second quarter, he really picked it up. And then AD just eventually disappeared. But I mean, yeah, like I said, they had good games. They didn't have great games. No, it's not time for the best family. Sell the team. I can't blame AD being foul trouble. He can't guard everyone, especially he's the only center. They need to put power forward and get a center. They really need to get us. I agree with you. They need to go get a center and let him play the 5. Or sorry, let him play the 4. They really do. AD doesn't care. He is Dwight 2.0. I wouldn't say he's Dwight 2.0. I think he cares. I just don't think he's not that guy. Like, some people just have it in them. Some people don't. And he's just one of those people that don't have it in him. What would you do if the Pelicans get Victor? I would cry. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? I hope not, because that would be just disastrous. But yeah, man,
Trade AD, Damon Jones to the Mavs for Wood, Powell, Green. Get 3 unprotected first round picks, 2 pick swaps. I wasn't that a trade that was. I think somebody reported a trade like that. No, you can't. Like it's that we're probably worse. And again, we can't rebuild. Like you can't. You're not going to get anything for AD. Hit that like button. Thank you so much, most. Yes, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, please. I'm 5 subscribers away from 5650. I'm sure there are 5 of you that aren't subscribed. Subscribe to the channel. Don't count on anyone else. You do it. You do it. And yes, and I'd appreciate it. So you guys are awesome. His body language is horrible. Yeah. Learn this new technique. I stopped watching Laker games right at halftime. Great way of saving my time for the evening and eventual disappointment. That's true. I mean, look, like I said, if games were over at halftime, we'd probably be undefeated. I know we lost like some halves, but Lakers would be probably more aggressive towards the end of games, and we'd probably pull in and get some wins. Like if it was it'd probably be a different season. Pelinka decided to blow it up. Shaking my head. You talk about the 2020 team. I mean, yes and no. I mean, you got to keep in mind, like Rob Pelinka never planned on trading like Kuz and KCP and all those guys. Like he was planning on getting DeRozan and Buddy Hield. It was LeBron and AD who were like, no, we want you to go get Russell Westbrook. And the only way to go get him was to trade Kuz and KCP and stuff like that. Like, and when your 2 superstars come to you and tell you like, hey, this is the guy we want, especially when LeBron is about to enter a contract year and you're trying to keep him around, there's not a team in the league that would have said no. Even if they thought it was the worst move ever, you're better off. And look, it got LeBron to sign an extension. So, now, will that amount to anything? I don't know. We'll see. Trade AD for Kyrie, Curry, and Ben. Nah. That doesn't help us, and it's too risky. Sick and tired to watch Laker games. I feel it. Bro, I respect your show, but none of these guys better than Melo or Monk or THT. Stanley defense. THT is not good. He's still not good. Stanley defense. This team was bad. I mean, Stanley Johnson defensively was okay, but like Russell Westbrook's playing lights out defense. Like he was, I don't know if he still is, but like a couple days ago, he was number 14 overall in total defensive, and he was number 2 amongst guards. Like, no, like I said, Melo had his worst season of his career last year from like every statistical standpoint. He had his worst defensive season of the year. Malik Monk was good, not great for us. He was a standout, but he wasn't like, oh my God, so much better. I mean, Walker's putting up better stats than Monk is. Monk's better than all these guys. Or not Monk. Walker has been better than all these guys. So you got to keep in mind, Walker's not only giving us 16 a night, but he's also defending the best player on the other team every single night. Walker alone is better than all these guys. Bucks weren't playing Giannis and Drew Holiday. Yeah, but still, they're still a good team with a ton of depth, ton of talent. Are the Kings an easy victory? No. I wouldn't be shocked if we lose at all. 2-9, can't stay positive to this. I feel it. It's hard. It is hard. We need more wins. We need a lot of things. We need wins. We need centers. We need 3-point shooting. We need a lot of things. Will we win 33 games this year? Yeah, I still think we win more than 33 games this year. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but I do. Miles Turner is good. He is good. He is very good. There isn't a trade saving these teams unless you're getting a top 5 player for us. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, you're not like unless you magically get Kevin Durant, you're not. Nothing's saving this team. It's not like you either need to go get a Kevin Durant or you need to get like 5 or 6 players. Like, Bogdan, Conley, Clarkson looking not too bad in hindsight. I'm glad we didn't do that deal. Still, I know Bogdan's been great for Detroit. I know Conley's look good and Clarkson's look good, but you got to keep in mind all these guys wouldn't be playing the way that they're playing right now because they'd be
third, fourth, fifth options. Not just that, but Clarkson, outside of the Laker game that he played, where he shot the lights out, he hasn't been very efficient. He's putting up numbers and points, but if you look at his efficiency, he's still not very efficient. Conley would be nice, but his contract and his age are a concern. I have no problems with them doing that to be marginally better. These marginal trades aren't going to. Yeah, look, read my mind. Aren't going to save the team. As the season goes on, everyone gets better. If we are going to win, it had to be early in the season. Yeah. The Lakers never seen the playoffs run again, and everybody on the Lakers is in their 20s and acting like they 50. Lakers should be carrying LeBron, not LeBron carrying. I know. We need other guys to step up. Bad. Let's see. Utah, better Lakers. They are right now, yes. What Rob gonna do? What are he waiting? This irritating man team of the Lakers. Like I said, I mean he can't force a trade. He can only do so much. He could call up every team in the league and say, "Hey, we'll give you Russell Westbrook and 2 first-round picks for this package." And if they tell you no, you're stuck. He's got to work. He's got to go through the negotiations. He's got to talk. He's got to try to get the best trade. Because, like I said, you need 4 or 5 players. Like him just doing the Pacers and like the Pacers deal and just go get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. Yes, we're better, but we're not going to be a contender. Like we're just not. We will be better. Like if we had Buddy Hield and Miles Turner this season, right now we'd probably be maybe 5-6. At best case, maybe 6-5. Instead of 2-9. So Miles Turner and Buddy Hield makes us say 4 games better. Is that really worth 2 first-round picks? So now we'll be a 7th seed instead of a 9th seed. You're still in the play-in. Lakers don't want to be a middle of the pack team. No, of course not. Why would anybody want to be a middle of the pack team? Why would anyone want to be, first, second round exit every year? Trade KD plus Simmons plus Curry for AD and LeBron. You can't trade LeBron this year. Everyone the Lakers traded on good teams, and they make the playoffs. LeBron not making the playoffs anymore with the Lakers. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, it's still early. I don't want to jump to conclusions too soon. Bring AD off the bench, right, Trevor? We need to trade bad. This is so bad. We definitely do need something. Not signing with Monk, THT for Bev trade, being greedy on the Kyrie trade on the offseason. We were never going to be able to keep Malik Monk ever. I mean, look at the deal he just got with the Kings. We never would have been able to match that. Even if he took like a $2 million discount, we would have been able to match it. THT for Patrick Beverley was a great trade, and it's not even because of Patrick Beverley. THT for Patrick Beverley did a lot of things for the Lakers. It freed up a roster spot that turned into Matt Ryan, who won us a game. Not just that, it cleared $12 million off of our salary, and he's a more easily better tradable player. One, he's a veteran that has tenacity and stuff like that teams might like, but also he's an expiring contract, and again, you save money. So it did several things beyond just like a THT for Patrick Beverley trade. A lot of people just look at it as like, oh, they should have never traded THT for Patrick Beverley, but they don't understand the entirety of that trade. It got us so many things. It opened so many doors for the future. Pat Bev will give the Lakers a rating. Burrito's rating at this rate, yeah. Didn't want to come back. He wanted the bag, yeah. And we wouldn't have been able to pay him. Braun doesn't turn the corner and get to the rim on the pick and roll. AD isn't open, weak side tags. Yes, exactly. It's my point exactly. That's why Russ and AD are great together, because Russ turns that corner and he hits it. LeBron doesn't. So the defense doesn't have to do anything. The defense doesn't have to fight over. They just leave them. Letting Caruso out. Again, Caruso wasn't worth the money. I really like Caruso a lot. But the money we had to pay, again, I've never had a problem with them letting him go. He's making $4 million more than Malik Monk this season. Yes, but there's a difference. We couldn't trade for Malik Monk. We already had Malik Monk. So we could only sign him with what we had, and we didn't have bird rights to him. We need to trade Russ, Bev, and Nunn. I agree. Are the Lakers the bottom of the West, or is it the Rockets? We're second behind the Rockets. Not saying that that's much, but don't wish injury on anyone. But the trash getting old. Blow this team up and rebuild. You can't. The problem is you can't trade LeBron this year. AD and Wiseman pick and roll might be identical at this point, JK. But it seems the way AD is playing. No, like I said, it's the pick. Believe it or not, I know this sounds insane based on like what you're seeing from Anthony Davis, but him operating the pick and roll and it not being successful is actually not his fault. It's LeBron James's fault. Like I said, again, the reason Anthony, like if you go look it up, Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook are fantastic together. And that pick and roll between the two of them is top notch. It's one of the most highest scoring plays out of all teams in the league right now. The difference is when they run that pick and roll with LeBron, he's not hitting and turning that corner. So, right, AD comes and sets the pick. LeBron comes around. He's not hitting. He's not going hard towards the basket to where the roll man, so where Anthony Davis rolls and you got a little dump pass or you got the little lob. What LeBron's doing is he's coming around the corner and then he's sagging. So when the defender doesn't have to fight over the screen. And even if they do, they can just sag off him. And LeBron can't shoot the ball this year. I mean, he had a good shooting day today, but he hasn't been able to shoot the ball. So the defender doesn't have to do anything. So now you don't have to run that switch, right? And that's why we need a big little. We need somebody that can shoot, that can run the pick and roll. Because as good as it is with Westbrook, if we had like a Kyrie Irving, that pick and roll would be unstoppable. Because now right now when you run with LeBron and Anthony Davis, you don't have to switch. You don't have to. You can just sag off of them. But the reason it works with Russ is because Russ, when AD comes and sets that pick, Russ is coming around and hitting it hard. He's driving to the paint. So what that does is the defender can't go with, has to either fight over and then chase or go back, which they are because it's Russ. He's not shooting the ball. And then when he does, he's actually knocking them down. So, but my point is Russ is hitting and turning that corner hard. So what's happening is the defender has to come and help, which is why you see Russell Westbrook 9 times out of 10 just throw the ball up to Anthony Davis and he's got an easy dunk. Or it's just bounce pass, boom, Anthony Davis picks it up, gets an easy bucket. That's why when Russ and AD are running that pick and roll, they're scoring so much because the defender has 2 options. Either A, you roll with Anthony Davis and then Russ has got an easy layup, or B, you got to come out and cut off Russell Westbrook, and now Anthony Davis is rolling to the basket. He's wide open. It's a lose-lose for the defender. And that's the difference. Now, if you had somebody like Kyrie or like Buddy Hield or something like that you could run that way, that would be fantastic because now you have to switch and you can't just do a big switch. Because right now with LeBron and AD, they don't have the mismatches. And that's the problem. So it's actually not Anthony Davis's fault that the pick and roll is terrible. It's actually LeBron James's fault. We need some damn role players. I agree. We do. We need like 4 or 5 of them. We really do. I've been saying trade Anthony Davis for 2 years now. Why has it taken people this long to join the party? Like I said, the problem is you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anything. Monk wanted the bag, so give him the bag. It's simple. Oh, my God. Gabriel, there are rules in the NBA. There are things and restrictions and, salary rules and stuff. The Lakers couldn't give Malik. If the Lakers couldn't, even if they wanted to, they couldn't give Malik Monk that money. There are rules. We didn't have his bird rights because he was signed for, that was his first year. There was no way for us to keep Malik Monk. No way. There are rules. It's not, oh my God, it's simple. It's not simple. That's the problem. If you don't understand the way salaries and the rules work and stuff like that, Yes, it sounds simple. Malik Monk wanted, $12 million. Give him $12 million. It's not that. It doesn't work like that. Monk and Caruso walks were ridiculous. Again, we didn't have the money to pay for them. At least we won a damn chip, but damn, I want us to be competitive this season. I agree. I wanted them to be competitive too. We really did. We really did need. I mean, look, I'm happy we won a chip, but it would have been nice to be competitive the next few years. Was this LeBron's first 30-point game of the season? I thought he had another one earlier. I think this was his second. Because didn't he have a 30-point game against? Yeah, he had 31 against the Blazers. So this is his second. Yeah, this was his second 30-point game. Because I was like, yeah, I thought he had a 30-point game in another. So yeah. Second. LeBron had a good game. Yes, he did. Stop with the LeBron James playing like he's quitting on the team. Ham is out his league. Why is PB playing 80 soft? LeBron had a good game today. We didn't let Monk walk. He left. Yes, exactly. I don't know how many people I have to explain this to. Exactly. He wanted the money. We didn't have the money to sign him. He wanted the money. He wasn't. Nobody understood why he took the money he did for the Lakers in the first place. Like, it was, people thought it was impossible to get Malik Monk to begin with. It just sucks we had such a bad year. But let's see. Oh, Pat Bev is key. Don't give up on him. He just needs 50 games. By 50 games, the seasons will be over. A player like LeBron and AD should have great teams put around them to win, and Rob doing nothing. Who is Rob supposed to get? Like, that's the thing. Like, I see so many comments from people that are like, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they need these players and they need this and that. Like, who are those players? Who are we supposed to get? Who in free agency would have been better than we got? We got everybody in free agency. This was just a bad free agency year. Like, so many people are like, oh, we need to go do it. It's like, who? Tell me who. Because I don't know who. We'll improve at least at some point. I don't know. I think they should just trade him. You can't wait for it. AD is not the guy that's just face it. He doesn't bring the desire to win. Yeah, he's not a number one option, that's for sure. Yeah, like Space said, AD is a fine second option with the right team. Yeah, he is. Did the Pelicans win the trade? I don't think so. Like I said, not yet. I mean, maybe in hindsight, looking back later, maybe they will. But you still won the championship. The team that won the championship won the trade. If the Pelicans never win a championship, then no. If they get Victor Wembanyama, maybe you make the argument. But again, it also depends on how does he turn out. So I think it's still too early to say that they won the trade. Right now, the Lakers still won the trade because the Lakers got the championship. I think use your second round pick. I'll look to Hornets with the package. I mean, if the Hornets will. Problem is everybody wants both firsts. Or we would just shoot them down. Celtics are hated on too. Yeah, but I think the Lakers are most hated. There was even polls, and the Lakers were like the most hated team. No, I think the Cowboys were number one, and then it was the Lakers, something like that. Why we don't need more wrong content, idiotic takes. I don't think that was to me. Trade LeBron to Dallas or Heat. Trade Davis to Hawks. You can't trade LeBron this year. No team with this much roster turnover wins a chip. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you don't have, consistency amongst your team.
So these hungry guys looking Cash App, they're the biggest hater, YouTubers. But I don't understand what you're talking about. You're talking about like YouTubers in general. I haven't even asked for a cash. I don't even have my Cash App on the screen. If that's what you're talking about, uh, I haven't even gotten a super chat, and I'm still doing the stream. I haven't even mentioned it. AD is not that dude. We have to face it. It's the Laker fans. Yeah, I mean, he's a good second option, but he's not the third. 2020 chip was worth the AD trade, in my opinion. It was. It is so hard to win an NBA championship. So hard. I mean, like I said, there's still like the Memphis Grizzlies have never even been to a finals. You know, like they've been to one Western Conference final, same thing with the Clippers. Like there's still teams that have never even been in a finals, let alone won one. Think of like the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns, think of how many great teams the Phoenix Suns have had over the years and have never won a championship. So all right, let's power through a couple more questions, and then I'm going to skate on out of here. The Lakers was fun talking about in 2020. Then here comes 2021. They not playing in the playoffs. Then here comes 22. They're not playing in the playoffs. Here comes 23. Not a 35-win team. Well, I mean, in my opinion, we were an Anthony Davis injury away from maybe being in the finals again. Imagine thinking Wembanyama was better looking than Shaq as a prospect. He is better looking than Shaq as a prospect. Every professional analyst have all said Victor Wembanyama is the greatest prospect we have ever seen. Have you watched him play? We've never seen anybody like this. I mean, even LeBron James has said we've seen some great prospects. LeBron James is considered by most the greatest prospect we have ever seen in the NBA. Shaq isn't even amongst top five. He wasn't more than Wilt, Kareem, LeBron. Shaq was a great prospect, but he wasn't. He's maybe at best, maybe top five. Like Victor Wembanyama, the consensus is, and I don't think you know more than those people. I know you think you do, but we not trading AD or Bron. Just give them a little help they need. Yeah. If we had Giannis instead of AD, do you think we'd be 2-9? And if the answer is no, then you know that AD just isn't the. But that's a terrible. Giannis is the best player on the planet. So I'm saying, no, that's terrible. That's a terrible comparison. Do you think Anthony Davis is the best player on the planet? No, it's a terrible comparison. I'd rather trade LeBron, trade Davis, keep Russ, let his contract expire after the problem is you can't trade LeBron this year. Funny thing is, it would be better to re-sign Russ since we have his bird rights. I mean, yeah, depending on how much he wants. Like I wouldn't be against. Like if we don't trade Russ, I would not mind re-signing him at all. Dude, the Lakers are the 12th hardest schedule. Dude, they're not the 12th hardest schedule anymore. They were projected to have the 12th hardest schedule, but there's adjustments based on records, based on teams, based on efficiencies. See, this is the problem, Kevin. You just run your mouth and you don't know what you're talking about. Funny thing is, it would be better to I already got that one. How is the channel with the least amount of fembots? How is it? I know, right? Like I almost never get them in here. And this one is just the best out of all of them, which is crazy. Maybe they just don't like sports. The schedule is just an excuse. We're supposed to have 2 of the top 5 best players in the league. I agree. I don't think the schedule is an excuse at all. But this team is better than last year. That was what I was saying. You are what your record says you are, my dude, especially in the case of this Lakers squad. Look, I agree with you. I'm not using it as an excuse, but I'm saying people look at this roster and go, oh, we're so much like we're just as bad. We're worse than last year's, but we're not worse than last year's roster. if we're comparing this year's roster to last year's roster, this year's roster is better. I'm not using that as a comparison for this year. I'm talking about in comparison to the other roster. LeBron is injured again. Russell Westbrook will step up more. They're training with Anthony Davis and New York Knicks. They need to do something.
Would you offer Westbrook an extension? Depending on how much he wants, yes. Like, let's say we didn't trade him or anything like that. I wouldn't mind it at all, especially if he's willing to continue to embrace that 6-man role. He's been great. He's been great. I would, but I would want to pay him like 6-man money. So you're talking like roughly 15 million a year. Anything more than that, I don't think you can, given like how much salary cap we got, stuff like that. But if we could keep, like, look, Russell Westbrook's never going to get 47 million again. He's probably a 15 to 20 million a year guy. So maybe if he would take like a hometown discount, I would be all for it. If we could get him for like 15 million a year, yeah, I would do it. Go get Doug and Josh from the Spurs. I like that trade. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they do. Hopefully they get it done. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Aaron Donald, the real AD. AD is the center. That's why getting Miles Turner doesn't make sense to me with a bunch of wings around AD. I like AD. The problem is that, like, part of me does feel like Anthony Davis, his lack of play is because he doesn't want to play the 5, right? But he is the mismatch at the 5 spot. That's why everyone wants him to play the 5, because he's just such a big mismatch at the 5. But he doesn't want to play the 5. So I feel like at times he doesn't play the way we need him to play because of that reason. And I could be completely wrong, but it's just kind of my thoughts. Trade Odell to Kansas City. Isn't he supposed to be signing with didn't the Cowboys say something about trying to go get him? Twice he has. AD's gotten just punked by him twice. Can't play 2 bigs with LeBron at 3 anymore. Not the way he's shooting. I mean, if he shoots like he did tonight regularly, yeah, you can. But right now you can't. I wish we still had Zubac. So, like, that whole Zubac situation, so we got rid of him to, like, keep Damian Jones, and then we ended up just getting rid of him anyway. Like, it was stupid. Like, that was one of the moves that just didn't make sense. Like, we got rid of Zoo for a purpose, and then we never even went through with the purpose of why we got rid of Zoo. Like, so it just made, because we had to choose between one of them, and we ended up choosing it was Jones. Yeah, Jones, and we ended up just getting rid of him too. I asked my son if he wanted to go to Lakers game because I was offered pretty good seats. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'd rather play Final Fantasy. I don't know. I'd still go to the game. I mean, that's an experience in and of itself. Sean Gildress Alexander. I wouldn't mind him at all. Question is, will they trade him? Once y'all get it through your head that AD is a center in today's league, then you'll finally start realizing you got to add wings, not Miles Turner. I would prefer some wings personally. I feel like Anthony Davis doesn't want to play the 5, and I think some of that, like, contributes to that. Austin Reeves is trash, can't shoot, can't play defense. He's just running around with Bev. Those guys play 25-minute 3-point. Austin Reeves was shooting like 40% from 3 last I checked, but that was like 2 games ago, so I don't know if he was. He was our best 3-point shooter based on true shooting. Because Matt Ryan's like shooting like
43% or something like that. But based on like shot attempts and true shooting, double check real quick because I know he was, like I said, 2-3 days ago. Yeah, he's now shooting 33%. So yeah, because up until was it the Jazz game, the second Jazz game, he was shooting, and then that game he shot. Oh no, wait, that's 0-3 and then 1-5 against the Clippers. So yeah, his total dropped, but he was up until the last two games. He was our best true shooter on the team. Pacers have a better record than the Lakers. Everyone has a better record than the Lakers, except for the Orlando Magic. He did. That he did. Cap, we would be undefeated. We would not be undefeated. Pacers, I told you a long time ago. I'm telling you, we wouldn't be undefeated. Only way I'm trading the Pacers is for Bennett. Oh man, he is killing it, man. Killing it. Let's see. Hi, do you believe me now that saying 50 lost season? I still don't think we're going to lose 50 games, Abraham. I mean, you might be right. I mean, right now it's looking bleak, but I still don't think we lose 50 games. I don't, but we'll see. I mean, maybe you're right. Let's see. They said LeBron won a Westbrook. He did. He was the one that won it. They had the little meeting and talk and everything, and we're like, oh, let's go do it. Lakers on the way to 15th seed. Right now they are, yeah. Can't switch it because AD gets the post mismatch. Exactly. Russ AD combo doesn't equal wins. 2/3 of the roster would be 12th to 15th on a credible team's bench in the G League. Russ and AD combo, they don't use it enough. They don't utilize it enough. But beyond that, yes, we don't have any starting caliber players. We don't have any starting caliber players at all, really. Let's see. Are you crazy, Caruso and LeBron? Or I'm assuming you mean were one of the best duos in terms of plus minus when they were together. Plus minus doesn't tell the whole story. I can't take this anymore. I need an adult beverage. Good night. So you have a good night. Problem is Laker ownership management don't see the Lakers being good anytime soon. It's hard to argue that right now. AD is playing out of position and cannot pass himself the freaking ball. Trade him and watch him average 25 and 13 somewhere else. I mean, he's averaging 25, 13 now, right? I don't think he's averaging 13 rebounds, but yeah. He's got, like I said, he's got to demand the ball. He's got to call for it. Like Shaq, give me the ball. Like, he's not aggressive enough. He doesn't enforce it. Command. He needs to have command in the post. Let's see. Shouldn't have gotten rid of the 2021 roster. I mean, in hindsight, yeah. I watched them push the ball up possession after possession and never pass AD the ball and jack up from threes and bad shooting turnovers. It's not on AD. It's not solely on AD, but he's got to like I said, he's not the problem with the pick and roll, but I agree. Shaq is the greatest center. Most dominant center ever. Yes, we can agree. But as a top player, creating space is your job. Shooting and making shots is your job. True. Keep the Brody. I'm not against it at all. AD's natural position is power forward. And you saying AD is center because Darvin Ham plays him at center. He definitely wants to play power forward. Sorry, trying to find. Got to work tomorrow. Well, thank you. I appreciate you, Joey. Thanks for being here. I'm going to wrap up here in a moment anyway. Just trying to get to the last ones.
I'm a fan, bro. Well, thank you, Joey. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Welcome aboard, everybody. And yes, please subscribe to the channel. Again, if you're not subscribe to the channel. Can I get 4 more subscribers in the next minute? That'd be wonderful. I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, but only 3 to 5 points a night. Got to be better, especially if you're in the starting lineup. I agree 100%. We just, like I said, we don't have starting caliber people. We really don't, and we need to go get starting caliber people badly. What else? I think that is it, at least to me. AD isn't an alpha. You're right. I agree with you. Look at the Wolves right now. Their offense is because they make Cat play the 4 now, and he's a better shooter than AD at this point. True. Well, and also Rudy just stuck in the paint. I will say if they did get Miles Turner, at least Miles Turner could stretch the floor, which would help. But that's not to me. Would you go to a Lakers game? Me? Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Maybe I'll have to do that sometime. Go to a Laker game. Maybe I'll do a live stream or something like that at a Laker game. That'd be kind of cool, right? I dropped a like and watched the ads. Well, thank you. I really do appreciate that. Seriously, it really does. You have no idea how much it helps, especially the ads, especially if you watch the ad stuff. I really do appreciate it. What are the realistic trade scenarios? I would say, realistically speaking, Spurs trade for a combination or all 3 of McDermott, Portal, and Richardson. I think that's realistic. I think the Pacers deal obviously is realistic because we literally could have done that trade, but we chose not to. I think the Hornets trade could be realistic, depending, but right now that's probably it. I mean, if we wanted to trade for Kyrie, I'm sure the Nets would try to trade Kyrie right now, but I wouldn't want to trade for Kyrie right now. So yeah, so I'd say I'd basically say all the trades that have been reported, I think are all realistic. Reason we wanted Thomas Bryant back. Thomas Bryant could be solid for us. The only issue, Ty, 85 million independence, and no other team is doing that. Yes, other than the Wolves. Yeah, and the Wolves aren't looking too good right now. I get it. No, I get your point, Buckkicker, 100%. I get it entirely. I've never really been high on the Miles Turner Buddy Hield trade, period. But I don't know. We need to do something. We need to figure something out. And they are, based on a report that I saw earlier. They're looking, or it says Lakers are exploring trades of players other than Russell Westbrook. So I want to make a video about that. Probably tomorrow. I'll probably post that tomorrow morning or something. But we'll see. Nonetheless, regardless, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to skate on out of here. Finished up. Got to the bottom of the chat. All that stuff. I'd be focusing on a big But nonetheless, I appreciate y'all so very much. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, help me grow the channel. I really appreciate all of you. You're all awesome. Thanks so much. I love your face.